Hello, welcome to episode 3 of this playthrough for noobs. So where we left off, we basically bought a bunch of shares of this Griffith Steel Company, and it's very good because it gives us a really high ROI because of the dividend. So for now, I'm probably not gonna buy too much into it, just because I want to start to focus more on private companies. And once we have a majority of a private company, we can start to do more advanced stuff such as trusts, holdings, and cartels and all that sort of stuff. And plus, just building the company up and but for in the meantime, I see that we have a skill point, so I'm probably just gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in eloquence. Eloquence is number one, second is psychology, and just because they're so good. Because eloquence allows you to get overall a lower price on your shares, and the psychology allows you to be able to buy those shares in the first place, because oftentimes there's an influence cost associated with it. So for now, I'm just gonna quickly go in and see if there's a company I can try to buy into. We definitely want a profitable company, but we also want it to be small. So this oil company would be a good choice, but we don't have the influence necessary for that. So next is this oil company, and actually this is a really good one because a lot of the shares are public. We're probably just gonna pin this one, and oh wait, yeah, actually we're just gonna completely buy in as much as we can and hire the security. Right now it's not a big deal, because the robbery, if it saves us from robbery, it actually is going to save us some money. But later on, you just, as I said before, you have to be kind of careful. And yeah, just buy in as much as we can and try to build our position up. Griffith Steel. Yeah, this is a much better thing, so I'm hoping. Okay, perfect. I said I'm hoping that it doesn't get bought up because the dividend is so good. But even if it does, it's not the end of the world. And the reason why is because we found a new company that we probably want to invest into more. And it actually dipped quite a bit, so it's pretty good. And also, you can notice that I'm unpausing sometimes, and the reason why is if you keep it paused and you buy things, the prices are gonna shoot up. And if you just spam click, you're gonna end up paying a lot more. And so we don't really want to do that. But for now, I'm just gonna continuously just stay in the company, save our money for this time, because we want it to dip again. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. And just buy, want it to go back down, buy, have it dip down a bit more, and that's a good price. So how much of the company do we control? A good amount, and for now I'm not going to buy the rest because I want to keep some of the shares public, just so I can easily buy and sell if I really do need to exit. But for now, I think we're good, and we just want to continuously try to buy companies. So I'm just gonna go for this because that's a really big bribe, and also we're out of business if we're wrong. So the bottom option is always just the best option with these sort of events. But now it popped up, and I'm gonna save my money for the next dip and bribe the journalist. Once it dips again, I'm gonna start to actually buy things. Although, since we lost some reputation, what I'm probably gonna do is try to get that reputation back up by offering loans. So I'm just gonna quickly look through these and see if there's any good loans, such as a 7 and 10%. Get this reputation up, and by doing that, we got another another skill point. And this is another one that I think is pretty good. Honestly, when I'm just trying to go get reputation, it doesn't really matter as much as when I'm looking for loans for pure profit, because even if they do declare bankruptcy, or not declare bankruptcy, but they decide not to pay the loan, it's not the biggest deal. But what I'm probably gonna do is just put all our money in there. It didn't dip the most, but whatever. Okay, this is a no-brainer. 3% is nothing. 5% is nothing, but that's what I said last time, and good gamble. Because 3% above asking price is actually very, very good. And now we own 18%, so it's not a bad thing. I'm just worried about that other company. Hello. I just want to quickly ask you guys to please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps out the algorithm to give me more impressions, and then it allows more people to see this and also discover the game, right? Because obviously, like, there's selfish reasons. I want my channel to grow, but I feel like there's so many small gems that really nobody is covering, and that's part of the reason why I want to start this channel, because like it's a shame. Like, these games are so good, but they just don't have a lot of, you know, players if you look on Steam charts. But anyways, thank you for watching, and you know, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because it seems like it's kind of like dying. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna leave the money in there for now. And actually, that's quite good. So how loyal is this guy? Not this guy. Yeah. Because we do want to have more. Actually, we are above 500. So where is this influence coming from? Companies, I assume? Yup, companies. Perfect. Because I guess we have like a bunch of, like a big chunk of the capital. So actually, I'm gonna go in and see if I can buy some more shares here. Just to buy as much as I can. But now that we're at 500, it's gonna be significantly easier because, oof. Just because we can start to open up offices and start to find better opportunities. And I'm pushing it here, but sometimes you gotta take risks. Okay, so now we're up to 19%. Once we get above 51%, then we can start messing with all of the details of the company. But I still am not going to do that until I own a big chunk of the company. And really the big reason is that I really just don't want to like piss off these people, because I do eventually want to buy them out. The only person I can probably piss off is this guy, because anyways, he has like an insane amount of influence required. But once we buy out these guys, I'm probably just gonna let it be. But yeah, anyways, this is a good opportunity to continuously buy in just because the price dipped. And honestly, we probably should avoid it, but you know, it's one of those risk versus returns sort of thing. Yeah, go here because there's no risk of irritation, and so it doesn't really matter. That's pretty much free. And perfect, we got this, so now we can actually start to go into psychology, which is quite nice. Trading looks like it's a good thing to get, but that 1% really doesn't make that much of a difference. So, yeah. And donation. Yeah, whatever. The thing is, when you pay this, it'll come back next turn. So really, if you can't pay influence for something, I would always recommend you do it, just because it's a very good, you know, alternative. Saves you money and everything. And especially in the late game, you can skip quite a few events using that option. But let's just continue buying. And you can see, as we get more and more of the shares, we can start to buy more and more of the company in one, you know, fell stroke. Ooh, that was close. Honestly, I should have just left it there. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. 50% is not the best, but it is what it is. We're starting to slowly crawl our way out. That renowned, we don't really care nearly as much because we're already above 500. Because once you have about 500, you can get that office. The only thing is, so the things that add renown are pretty expensive, like millions of dollars. So it might not always be the best idea to do that. And actually what I probably will do is start to exit from here. Although let me first check the ROIs on these. Yeah, no. I'm probably going to stay in here because that ROI on Griffith Steel is very, very nice. And just continuously buy in. And you can see the stock price is this, but it's higher because of a bunch of different reasons, such as wasteful. Wasteful actually decreases it, but unwillingness to sell is a big one. But luckily, he is wasteful, so the price isn't super, super bad. And yeah, decrease this, and we're not going to save that much money, but might as well do it if there's no risk. Okay, so now we're at 23%. What's the dividend at? The dividend's not the best, but we don't want to mess with it just in case they say no. And also, well, actually, I think I'm gonna do that because if I'm trying to buy it out, I don't want the company to grow. Oh, but the reserves are bad. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm actually gonna try to increase this and try to use my influence as much as possible. I can't influence this guy, but he's probably gonna say yes anyways. And in fact, all of them said yes. So yeah, that's the main thing. I just want to continuously buy it, and the more people I get rid of, the less people that I have to worry about when I start to push things through. Oh, okay. Yeah. Insist on price, and statistically I should be fine. Statistically I shouldn't be fine now, but yeah. The gambler's fallacy, you know how it is. Okay. 25%. Okay, and then see if we can increase the work. Yeah, whatever. That opinion is quite nice, so yeah. But that reserve is not nice. I really hope it doesn't go bankrupt. It shouldn't, but because once we are able to take control of the company, we can definitely fix it. Or not fix it, but do a lot to help it become a little bit more profitable. But for now, it's kind of out of our hands. Okay, so 25%. Now we can get the second level of psychology, and it's going to be even easier. In fact, we can probably buy this guy out soon. But we'll see, we'll see. Either way, for now, I'm just gonna continuously try to buy more and more. Okay, so one thing we really kind of need to be careful of is, honestly, I don't know if I should do this, but I think I might just like try to sell this share and just try to get into that company as fast as I can. So I'm probably just gonna go to notifications and receive offers. Because the faster you get into this company, the better it is. But yeah, what's the price at? I'm just gonna wait another turn and see how it goes. Okay, so now we're getting closer to the point where I'm not gonna actually get security, but for now it's not the worst. It just is crazy. Sometimes you get the securities, it's like 5 million a month, and it's like, what the heck? Okay, bribe, editor. It just is not worth it, you know? 'Cause especially like if they scaled the robberies, that would be one thing, but they don't, you know? So it's like, okay then. Okay, perfect. So now try to hop in. Yeah, that's the lowest one for myself. Always negotiate, especially in the early on in the game. Later on, it doesn't matter if you have a company that's like making, you know, $30 million a turn, and the company is only worth like 10. It doesn't matter, but like now, it really does. Because at the end of the day, like time is money, and at this point, we really do want to like, oh, yeah, we do want to take that deal. For myself, negotiate. So actually that was pretty good timing. Hopefully we get lucky, but either way I don't care. Well, I probably should have, but I just try to buy as okay, well, hopefully we get lucky here. We'll see, I guess. insist on price because that was not very lucky. And let's see if I'm lucky here. I'm not gonna push it. Okay, so now we have 37. We're so close. Yeah, so close. The only thing I'm worried about is I know that this company has a negative reserve. So I'm really stressed out about that. I just really want to make as much money as I can, buy them out. But I mean, I'm pretty close. But yeah. Oh my goodness. Goddamn drunk. That's gonna be annoying. Cause that doesn't let you trade with him for like a month. And I don't know if it's like the end of the month or if it's actually like a month and you have to wait to this point. But I guess it doesn't really matter since we tried to do it at the beginning of the turn anyways. Okay. So we're good. And it would have been slightly annoying. Okay. Yeah, it's annoying that we can't exit out. Do I still have it on that? I mean, I don't think it cancels itself. So, yeah, receive things. Okay, deal. No, that's try to get this guy. This is twofold. First of all, if I get rid of him faster, then I can buy things without having to wait that turn, and that was nice. But second of all, oh, so close. You know what? Try to increase the work plan again. And influence anyone we can, just in case. And yeah. Increase that. Will everybody say yes? Yes, they will. Okay. Agree. Okay, and try to buy from this guy for myself. Watch, it goes bankrupt now. Okay, it did not. Deal for myself. Really? I just want to get to 51%, stabilize the company, and then I should be good from there. And that's a good start. Okay. So close. So close. Can I increase the work plan a little bit more? Make a donation? Yes, I will. Because opinion is king. And yeah, this guy's a politician, so that's pretty good. Okay. So perfect. So now if we buy this guy's share or as much as we can, hopefully we'll go above. But it doesn't look like it unless we get lucky like that. And I'm just gonna click it because there's no risk, but the chances are I'm not actually gonna get a better price. Okay. And increase the work plan one more time. Don't piss off this guy. Because with that guy we have at least 51%, but I guess it doesn't matter too much anyways. Let's look at the reserve. It's not looking so good. But I think it won't go bankrupt, even if it has negative money technically. Unless it actually, unless the income is negative. Okay. Is this too drunk? I guess it doesn't matter. Just buy. Okay, one more. Okay. And where are we at now? So close. Okay, let's increase the work plan once again. Keep this guy happy. And yeah, I don't think it's gonna go bankrupt now. I mean, it might, and that'll be really annoying. But it is what it is. Okay, it's not bankrupt, so now we definitely got control of the company. So this guy's gonna sell for least amount, and luckily he didn't cancel, which I don't even know if this is the guy who drinks, but we're gonna obviously go for another turn and see where it goes, but don't push your luck, especially with this being this close to the finish line. And perfect. Perfect. So now we got 2 skill points, so we can put it in there, and I think the next thing we probably want to do, I think management is a good one, because if we make ourselves the CEO, then we're able to like, actually I guess it doesn't matter because I think it's companies we control. But either way, what we can do now is we can get a loan to make sure we do not actually go bankrupt. Although no, that's probably a bad idea. I think what I'm probably just gonna do is decrease the dividend size, although I'm probably gonna try to buy these guys out first, but we'll see how it goes. Really wish like my other company people would. Actually, no, never mind. We don't have. Okay, never mind. I guess, but you can see it's really starting to increase. Like the our assets, and the reason why is because we increased the workplace, so the work plan so much, and also we're increasing this reserve. You know, we're paying back our company debt. It's not really debt. I don't know where we get that money from, but either way, I guess doesn't matter too much. But yeah, just continuously buy and buy. The thing is they're not as focused as getting as we are at getting control of this company. So even though the dividend is higher, they're not going to focus on it nearly as much. Although, are we getting so much money? Where is this coming from? I guess this, yeah. Yeah, okay. Because we weren't able to decrease the rate yet. But once we buy those 2 guys out, then I'm gonna make myself CEO, and it's gonna be quite nice. Improve the initiative, yeah, whatever. Goodwill to motivation, just to make it as good as possible. And also, once we're out of debt, I'm also gonna max out this research. But this negative reserve is kind of worrying me, so. Because to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how the bankruptcy mechanic works. All that I know is it sucks, especially in our situation where everything is in there, and if it goes bankrupt, that's it, we're at 0. And game over. But so far so good. The thing is, this is an oil company, so if we get a cheap like a railroad that sells their goods for cheap, that's going to be easier to buy. And if we get like an oil company, it's going to automatically make this more profitable in a holding, which we'll get to very, very soon. But for now, I just want to check the reserve. It's not the best, but oh well. Honestly, yeah. Higher extra security. I think this is probably gonna be the last security that like I hire, because it's really just not worth it past a certain point. Because I might as well just like say whatever, robber, take like 50,000. Honestly, I don't think it was really even worth it then. Okay, perfect. So now we're worth 10 million. We can get the last one, and you can really see if we look at our net worth, it really increased. Is there a way to tell over time? I guess it doesn't matter, but still, it's very nice. So yeah, try to buy the rest of his shares. Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to get rid of that guy. But I mean, even if he was selling his prices at a lower price, I still would have probably wanted to focus on him a little bit more, because that's very annoying. But oh well. 300%, that's not good. Yeah. Increase it a little bit, hopefully it won't. We can just decrease it again once we buy out these guys. Let's see how it is. I mean, the reserve is going up, so it's not like the end of the world, you know? Okay, so now let's see where we're at. And actually, we can buy all of them out, which is very, very nice. I mean, this guy's our enemy, so we really can't. But yeah, actually, the fact that he's our enemy is actually not that bad, because I would rather just like fiddle with the company and then buy him out later, because we own the majority of the company anyways, and so the majority of the dividends are gonna go to us. So as what we can do is we can just build the company, and then at the end, that's when we really focus on creating up the dividends, buying them out, and then we'll be good. Because without the opponent, we can buy out anyone, which is quite nice. I swear, if you cancelled right then and there, that would have been, to say the least, frustrating. But we're good. Okay. And now, yeah. So now just try to buy his 10%. We don't have much money, so we probably can't get that much, but whatever. Okay. What's our ROI, just out of curiosity? ROI doesn't really matter once you get like a private company, but yeah, this strike is kind of annoying, but I always tend to go for the higher, for the top option. Yeah, we're almost out of debt. Once we're out of debt, it's gonna be a lot more stress-free, just because we don't have to worry about it randomly going bankrupt. But that's really why I just don't want to have a strike, because if we have a strike, this will bankrupt the company for a fact. And yeah, I just agree to that price. It's really not a good price, but yeah, product quality, it's whatever. The only thing is, it's kind of weird. So you want to buy a railroad that has really bad technology, and the reason why is because that product price will be low, and if you're buying it for your trust, then you want a low product price. It's kind of a weird system, to be honest. And it's probably going to be worked on later on, but for now, it's not good. Okay. Well, actually, I could have. Whatever. I'm thinking. So once we're out of debt, what I'm probably gonna do is just try to increase the dividend to be able to buy into the company faster and faster. But as you can see, I don't know if you looked, but our influence is now very good. It's not the highest, but everything really snowballs once you're able to get control of the company, or a company at least. And actually, it would be really, really cool if you can actually like start your own company, because I feel like this is such a big step. And I know there is an option to where you can like start with a company at the beginning, but in my opinion, that makes the game too easy. This reserve is just not increasing. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I just don't want this company to go belly up. I guess we could technically take out a loan, but I don't know, I just don't want to do that right now, because we want to keep it as profitable as we can for now. And yeah, it should be good in a few turns anyways. Well, that was lucky. Oh, these strikes, man. What were the people doing? Like the previous owners. Anyways, I'm gonna change it to sterling. Whoops. Sterling oil. Don't have to, but might as well. Okay. I mean, mathematically, we should only have to wait 2 turns for us to be out of debt, but I think there's a few things that aren't really calculated. Oh, I know what's not calculated, the dividends. right? So because only 30% of this is actually going towards reserve. Yeah, only half a billion is going towards paying down. So that's why generally I pay myself the lowest minimum so I don't lose the lowest dividend I can, so I don't lose money, and the rest of it I just keep the cash in the company because I want it to just grow. And if I own most of it, then it's just like the best way to play this game. Approve the initiative, I really don't care. Pretty soon I'm gonna make myself the CEO, and then I can just move myself around however I want. Okay. Almost there. At least we don't have to really worry about the company going bankrupt. I mean, technically we do, but at this point, like, we're so close to being out of debt that it's probably not gonna happen. Let's see. Yeah. How much is going towards reserve? Yeah, so literally a turn and a half. And then once we're out of there, no, it's just a provocation. I don't care about reputation. I already have enough influence. The price is gonna be a little bit kind of annoying, but it doesn't matter that much. I just want to buy out that last guy, and then burp, it's gonna go up. Money goes up. You know, line go up like Victoria 3. Okay. Yeah. Just one more because there's literally no risk. And that was good choice. And literally one more turn. And we should be good. Now the problem is if he wins the election, he might have enough influence to prevent us from buying him out, and that would be super, super annoying. But at 1%, it doesn't really matter. Okay, anyways. I don't know why it was so cheap, but oh well. Hopefully this should be the last one. If we get like around here, I think we should be good. Although, yeah, we're good. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is just buy these last shares and then check the reserve. Okay, so now hire CEO, lead yourself. Screw this guy, he's already our enemy. And now decrease the dividends to the minimum. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Screw this guy, he's our enemy. And increase this. Perfect. So now most of the money is going to be going towards reserve, and so now we have most of a private company, and then next episode we're probably going to be focusing on actual management of a company, and so like such as holdings, cartels, and trusts, and all that sort of stuff, and mergers. Especially mergers are like super, super important. And it's you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.